Whoa, trouble!
Trouble.
And around goes Brad Keselowski off of Kyle Larson into the wall. Slamming on the brakes behind him. Everybody gets by. Contact, I believe, with Kyle Larson.
Back to the grass.
Lap 22 right here, 22. Oh.
To work with him there. Oh, and McMurray goes around in front of the field.
Huge wreck.
Paul Menard is in it. Clint Boyer is in it. Menard is hit by Casey Kane. His car's all torn up. And McMurray bounces off the wall, pulls away. There's Tony Stewart. His car stopped. There's Menard.
It's really kind of hard to tell. We know the 16 got into the back of the one. I think that's what started it. But did McMurray get into the? Did Logano get into the back of Biffle?
McMurray started to slide, then caught traction, and the car hooked to the right.
I believe Matt Kenseth in that 20 car made it through as well.
Let's ride with Jimmy Johnson.
Right at the end.
Here he is, right side of your screen.
Yeah, it looks like he may have lost a tire, Larry, or something might have happened to the car.
Well, remember, a lot of damage on that 17 car from that last wreck, so that very well looks like what happened.
Yeah, I mean, the car just starts to go with him. It could be aero, you know, the car did have damage. You're up in the pack like that, or it could have been a tire, it could have been anything, but he's definitely 17 started to spin.
Now, because of the safety interliners, the tires will look like they're up because the interliners are, but the tire itself may be deflated.
Watch. He goes up the hill a little bit. He tries to stay off of the 41 car. When he tries to turn down off of him, the car gets loose and spins out. And once again, hats off to Danica. She could have been right up in the middle of that, and she swerved around it, missed it, and probably flat-spotted tires, but she didn't wreck the car.
And Kyle Larson in that 42, he said, I'm just going to stop till you make your mind up where you're going to land.
There he goes.
Oh, and Jeff Gordon missed that by an inch or less.
Whoa,
Stewart around
into Biffle.
Tony Stewart goes around. And caution waves yet again.
More cars.
Kurt Busch and Greg Biffle, a hard hit there. A narrow escape for Jeff Gordon.
The middle's going to roll up here ahead. Bounce. You got damage more?
Rise. Oh, no.
Spinning and headed toward the inside wall. Johnny Sauter through the grass. Smashed up nose. Pounds the wall on the outside. We're back under caution.
Oh, no, that's too bad. And these cars are going to get a little bit evil as they go along.
16. Oh, spin into the wall. Trevor Bayne. The 2011 winner had just taken over the bubble spot when he found the wall and slides down to the apron at turn 2.
I'm good.
On the outside. Whoa, around he goes.
Hold it down, straighten it out. Gas.
Ray sliding back, just barely caught the inside wall with the right rear corner. And we're under.
The air does.
Sideways, Dillon involved. Cornish, the yellow car, slamming into the wall. And we're back under caution. Jeff Burton, I believe, also involved. There's Hornish. Bowman. Tough break for Tommy Baldwin's now single car team. And yes, that is the rookie Jeff Burton out of the Truck Series. Oh, treble turn 3.
Reckon. Go low.
Brian Scott,
Back it down, there you
Danica
go.
Patrick,
Back it down. Get out of the way right
and Bobby Labonte. Here comes Austin Dillon and David Reagan to shoot through. The top 20 since the restart. Stewart in the wall. And now, Matt Kenseth got bounced into the wall. Everybody scatters. Yellow flag. Or smoke. Trouble. Way in the back, but here come the leaders.
The question is, are they going back straightaway over here? Let's see what happens.
4 wide. And Austin Dillon tips Jeff Gordon.
Yep.
And it's on.
Right in that spot where it didn't take much.
And as they kept wrecking and more cars kept coming into the crash scene, NASCAR had to throw the caution.
3 wide. Got help. I'll help you. 2 wide. Minute.
Look at him work that wheel.
And there goes Austin Dillon around. This time will put us under caution for the second time today, and this one will be charged to the number 3. 32nd.
Man, and that it's wet down in that grass. He's going to be lucky if he can get that. Yeah, he's going to make it. The left rear here.
Oh, around goes Hamlin. And right in front of Boyer, and into the wall hard goes McMurray and Jeff Gordon.
Not again. Jeff's car is just
Still outside 15. Clear low. Still outside. Clear behind the 15. Spin. Just stay top. Go low now. Go low. Keep coming straight. Keep coming straight. Keep coming. Good fine. We're on the bottom out the wall. Watch it come off the wall. You're good. All clear. Still middle. You're clear up behind the 16. 1 back 51 up top. Check up here. Check up. Check up. Check up. Down. 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 Check up. Down to the middle. To the middle. To the middle. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Yellow's out. Yellow. Nice job.
Turn 4.
Caution is out. Caution is out. Big wreck at 4 length. Big wreck.
Greg Biffle was sideways, and everybody ran into him. We're looking back
Still coming. Big run.
as everybody rushes in.
Easy. Go to Murphy. 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 Let's drop it down.
He was just a victim. A cloud of smoke, and here they come.
Yeah, we didn't have a wreck this big in the Daytona 500 last week. Advantage of that, go to the inside.
they're not done yet, guys. They're not done yet. That's Carl Edwards going around.
He's going to
Behind you. Inside.
save it. Almost. Oh, my God.
Caution's out. Caution's out.
I think there was a lot of motion going on between Casey Kane and the 5 and 19 of Carl. Whoa. He got a little help there. I think, was that the 48 car that was behind him?
It was.
That got into him and turned him into the outside wall. Not sure what perpetuated that whole situation there.
What a heartbreaker for Vickers. Just 1 week back from open heart surgery in the offseason. Made his series debut last week, finished top 10.
In racing, we come.
Oh, boy!
Trouble. Turn 9.
Sam Hornish, who has 2 IndyCar wins here.
That 40 picks up 210s every time we pass it. Front of you. Great, go high there. Go high.
Now Hornish.
Back stretch. Caution is out.
And it's Dale Jr.
Oh, no.
Damage. The whole tailpiece is missing.
Another right rear tire down, Larry. I'm not sure if that's what started it or not.
What happened there? Lost the right rear.
Lost the right rear.
Hold the brake there. Hold the brake there. Hold the brake. I think we blew a right rear, Greg. I'll let you know. A lot of right rear damage. So hold.
Only driver we could find that changed 4 tires.
Whoa, smoke.
Stewart around.
Goes smoke.
And Paul Menard got a piece of him as he went around and brought out the 8th car.
Clear high behind Menard. 1 back either way. Below. Clear high. All clear.
2013.
Yellow.
Stay low. Stay low. Stay low. Stay low.
Front straightaway, Tony Stewart.
Oh,
Whoa.
contact. Yeah, serious contact. Was that the Allmendinger that he got into it with there?
Trevor Bayne, I believe.
Trevor Bayne over there in the 6th.
Now, they were racing for about 30th position, 1 lap down.
Junior cut him some slack. Whoa, he got into, Jimmy Johnson got into the back of, I think they were slowing down, and Jimmy did contact from Bowman caused that or not. Could have.
As Bayne went around.
And Trevor Bayne's on pit road now.
Here.
Oh, you see what happens? The 46 gets loose, and he just starts pushing 22 up the hill. Once you get up there and get all that debris on your tires, you're just along for the ride. He did a nice job of keeping it out of the fence.
And Mike Lynette, one of those 5 drivers that stayed out with 18 laps on his tires.
Look at that roof flap. That is a nice piece of driving right. Look at those rear tires spinning just enough to keep that thing from backing into the fence.
Let's ride through this one with Trevor Bayne and the number 6 Ford.
Inside 20 with 11 on his bumper. Just be safe. Check up, check up, check up. Coming down the hill here. One's coming down. Stay down, stay down. Yellow's out, yellow's out.
Austin Dillon will get the free pass on this caution. Down goes Casey Mears, Paul Menard, and the 51 of Justin Allgaier.
Allgaier just now.
That was about a 9-car pileup, except 6 drove away. Dale Jr. was not one of them.
He's got bigger problems with the shifter now. The whole nose is caved in. That's going to require a radiator and everything else. Here comes Dale Jr. Bam! Right into the back of the 27.
Keep coming. Keep coming.
I think the first contact was between David Reagan.
Clear out this. Forward, you mirror. Still outside.
13 car. Casey Mears around.
Right behind here.
Time tonight at lap 250, and that's Michael Annette with a lot of damage to the right front.
Martinsville is bad.
2 races in a row. It's happened.
You can see the car just takes off. It's got a tire. It looked like a tire may have gone down on that car the way it shot up the hill.
Harry Scott Racing adding this. Oh, in the wall goes Justin Allgaier.
Wow, the left front tire looks flat on that car.
And we're back under caution at lap 260. So just 10 laps between caution flags. As the Gator bites the wall pretty hard with the right side.
Sunk his ship.
You know, that looks just like the damage to his teammate Michael Annette's car.
Yeah. No, see there, he just takes off exactly like his teammate did.
Allgaier was running 26th. Lowski and Logano crashed together.
And I'm not so sure that lap traffic did not cause this. We'll have to.
Oh, great.
Easy there. Sounds like we're going to need to pry that splitter forward.
Brad just got.
Oh, no, trouble.
Johnson in the wall after contact from Busch. Here they all come, everybody on the brakes. Chris Buescher piles in the back of Danica Patrick. Alex Bowman goes around, and you see how quickly this, and with Clint Boyer.
Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Move, get up. Good job there, not get run over.
That's way too close for comfort.
And he had to keep going or he gets run over from behind. So what an incredible job by Clint Boyer.
Back it out, back it down. We got a wreck up here, back it down. Okay, stay up high, keep coming high. They're jamming in behind on the bottom. Go way high up on the wall, way high up on the wall. All right, come on. Outside, clear high behind them, all clear. Good job, keep coming, stay high. All right.
Burton in the wall, Johnson spinning to the bottom. And Harvick spins into David Reagan. Oh my goodness.
Those cars in front of him. Let's see what he sees.
Back it down, back it down.
See, can't see.
Right here, easy.
Oh gosh, the 42 just got in the back of the 40 right there, going down the front straightaway.
And Landon Castle pounded the wall.
Oh my gosh.
Head on and hard.
See right here, he said, okay, I can't go that way, I got to go this way. And there was a 40, and he clipped him, and what an impact. Thank the Lord for safer barriers. Thank the Lord.
By Josh Wise. Boyer ran into him. Here they come. Danica Patrick gets turned and turned for again. This time she keeps going. And against the wall is Michael Annette.
Oh my gosh.
So Wise and Boyer were just victims. Right along with Jamie Mack. Oh, you heard it. Tony Stewart gains 3 spots. Up the hill goes Edwards. He's in the fence.
Oh,
he's plowed into by Kurt Busch.
Are you kidding me?
Stenhouse gets turned around. Edwards is a mess.
Are you
And here they
kidding
come to the
me?
caution flag.
Loose gets a little loose getting in. He's trying to get up in front of Gordon. Can't quite make it. Tries to stay off of Gordon, and a car catches and shoots in the outside wall. And here comes Kurt running wide open.
Well, when Carl got loose, how close he came to getting Jeff Gordon's left rear.
27 and 51 spin to the inside. You're riding with Carl.
Pit lane twice there.
Spinner
Go,
back
and we
straight
got a
away.
spin.
Car in the wall. And that is the 32 of Joey Gase. Now Gase was running.
Not too hard to figure, is it? Push, push, push. A little more push.
Well, not only was Eric Almirola a lead lap car, the leader was not far behind him.
Down in turn 1 is Josh Wise. Fire beneath that car.
Can't come across yet. Can't come across yet. Still a line here.
18 laps complete. Smoker there. Brian Scott. And he goes around and he gets collected. Scott collected by Michael Waltrip. And we're under caution.
Yeah, Mike Reese starts smoking. Right there he goes. That's past the start-finish line. Head to turn 1. Right along here, you'll start to see a little trail of smoke. Looks like he's pretty good. Going to be able to hang on to it, but then oil gets under the tires. Around he goes, and Michael had absolutely nowhere to go. Drove right into him.
I got to be candid, though. This is why I do not like riding around in the back. I know you can get caught up
Today.
You know, Jeff has
Oh,
had
trouble back straightaway, guys. Car around.
Trevor Bayne.
A number of cars
And more.
involved. A lot
Logano
of
is in
cars.
it.
Crashing all. Oh, man. Look at that.
Looked like half the field piled up on lap 47.
Bottom into the right, left rear turn this and got back.
And with that 41 down looking under the knee, underneath of the 6, Danica got a shot.
A big pile up at Talladega. We'll sort it all out for you when we come back.
2 caution.
Whoa.
Save gas, caution.
And we were just about to get into some green flag pit stops within the next lap.
He'd lap in 30.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. When you see a car take a hard right like that or take off right like that, that's a tire that's down. Most likely even and it to be the right front the way the car went up the hill.
4th caution flag of the day. Brought out by Gaughan. We have 34 lead lap cars. Joey Logano is going to be in flames.
Stop down here, right here at the fire truck. This next opening.
They want him to stop at the opening in the wall because the fire truck is right there. Good call.
Now we've got drivers on pit road. Pit road was
Some serious heat coming out of there.
Now Joey Logano, 3 laps down, will be the free pass car. Jeff Gordon was on pit road making his stop when the caution flag came out, as were others. Wow, that's a blaze.
That is, and it's hot. It's a hot fire.
And Mike, for all those drivers that made their green flag pit stop, because of how long it takes to get around this 2.66 mile track, they are all still on the lead lap. So they will actually be up there leading this race as we cycle through the pit stops.
Austin Dillon was 16th and on the lead lap and in control.
Doesn't feel like it's into the racetrack. Oh, and Jimmy Johnson goes around.
And this time he's hard in the wall.
Not so lucky.
Thought he had it saved there, Darrell.
I mean, it looks exactly what he happened to him earlier in the race. Same thing right here, right here, right here. But you can see he had the wheels cut just a little bit and caught the end of the wall.
Safer barrier, but that's a hard hit.
It is. You see right there, he had the wheels turned to the left a little bit. And when the thing caught, it just shot to the left. Yeah, that's quite a hard impact.
In real time, watch how quickly things go from bad to worse.
Caution, hang on, guys.
Caution, I think.
Trevor Bain down at turn 1. He spins and looks like Michael at net and Justin all
Back here, and looks like Trevor tries to move up.
Yeah, Michael
46, and that was there. Hits that inside wall hard.
And Annette gets tagged by his teammate Allgaier.
Allgaier was right on top of him and ran the back of the 46. It's just so hard, man, when you come off a corner 2 or 4, it's so hard to clear that guy on the outside, man. You're just never quite sure. Wasn't enough room. Just from what we saw here they come back here into turn 3, and it looks like Kyle just gets in the corner really hot with that 33 on the outside, and he got into him.
Right front failure to me of some sort,
Yeah,
because Kyle isn't going to go in there with all that momentum and carry those 2 cars that hard into the outside wall. Brian Scott was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Kenseth had an issue. There was some radio chatter about something.
Martin Truex.
Well, trouble on the back straightaway. Boyer got into the back of Denny Hamlin.
Around he
goes Hamlin.
Hamlin's
And
going
now
to
the
clean off
41
the
car
banking.
is in trouble. 13 car
Casey
got
Mears.
he was slow, and the 16 car got in. Biffle on the outside. 13 smoking up here. He's slow, and Biffle just gets into him, spins him out. And then
Mike, this will be the first green-white checkered that we have had here in a spring race in a long time. We've not had one at all in the last 10 spring races.
Date. Oh, Ricky Stenhouse.
trouble on the right front, looked like.
Second caution of the day. With 100 miles to go, caution is out at lap 121.
He's got a.
Here's a look at it down at turn 1, the fastest part of the racetrack.
See the smoke started to come out of the left front, and then the car just went straight into the wall.
It's a very hard hit.
Yes.
Brief flash fire. And the 34 of Brett Moffitt.
Boy, they scattering right there.
Yellow flag, lap 120.
Dirt. Can't go, and here comes Brad right behind him. He can't turn because he got trash on his tires, buildup on his tires, and gets right in the back of 34 Moffitt.
Moffitt was 30th, 1 lap down. Here's a look from Brad's onboard.
Very low. Inside. Hold on to it here. No caution inside. Caution.
Murray in the 1, diving to the bottom, and Danica Patrick goes for a ride into the turn 1 wall.
Yeah, we saw smoke coming from her car.
It's almost like she maybe cut a tire down.
Caution at lap 135.
More the fire suit in the family.
This is it.
Oh, Newman and Allmendinger get together.
Oh,
hard
no.
in the wall goes Newman.
Man. Guys.
And both these drivers were having great runs, especially Ryan Newman.
They were battling for 7th.
Oh, right there.
8th caution of the day. I think Kyle Busch lucky to get away from that one by diving to the inside. Same with Kurt Busch. Here's a look at it in real time. You'll see how fast things happen.
You see him here that gets a little loose, and when it does, it just snaps back to the right.
Boy, it just came real close to actually taking his brother Kurt Busch. That right there gives you a great idea how much that safer barrier moves when a race car hits it.
Yeah, I think also this is a product that the track is green, and there's just not a lot of rubber on the track, and the car got a little loose, and it just snapped to the right. Nothing he could do.
And that thing is killed.
That's where these tire packs really do the job
What's that
of absorbing
stop?
impact. Reagan off the course, kind of in the dirt, and hooks him.
Yeah. You know, there's in other sports there's unavoidable contact and there's avoidable contact. That's could have.
But he's crashed in turn 10.
Just gets off right here, and man, this thing comes around and bam! Man, that's a hard lick on that driver's side. Larry nailed it. These drivers, a lot of them lose their mind at the end of the year.
Like right Reagan and Edwards, there they go into the wall hard. You were saying?
Yes. I said there will be another caution. Some of them will lose their mind. And in the process, tried to drive it back to the garage. He got a little oil on the headers, and she caught on fire. As soon as he cuts the motor off, most likely the fire would go out.
So we've got some fluid to clean up from David Reagan's car, in addition to the Jersey block.
Uh-oh.
Casey Mears has lost a wheel and axle broke.
Wow.
A rear axle broke. You see it's still attached at the hub.
Got those curves. It's one of the things you worry about is, you know, breaking something in the suspension.
Now that was just coming out of turn 11. And Casey got the car out of harm's way as the wheel and axle bounce into a catch fence.
Say this is a caution that everybody's happy to see, probably except Jimmy Johnson, because it gives them one more shot. I mean, just look, that is everything to do with that side of the rear end housing.
That's the brake rotor, the brake, the caliper.
Larry, let me correct. That axle didn't break. You can see the splines on the end of it. The axle's there. It's, as you said, the axle housing, hub, everything is out there. The axle housing looks like it broke.
Exactly, the snout, where all of that is fast.
There'll be a wreck.
And around they go. The 38 goes sideways. David Gilliland sideways as they come out of turn number 4. Also involved, the 22 of Logano. The 32. Multiple cars involved in this one. Joey Logano damage to the right rear. The 26 of Jeb Burton involved.
And you see right here, David, he's one to be on the bottom of the racetrack. He wants to get behind the 88 because he thinks that's the best line, but he just doesn't have it synced up. He did not get a good view of the 15, turned down on the 15s. Nothing Clint Boyer could do right there. All he could do is get into him, and then everything behind him was just as a result of trying to miss this wreck. Every right with Tony Stewart. Coming off turn 4, he sees the smoke, slow it down.
Come all the way down if you want to. Slow down right there. Slow down. Come on, come on.
Right on the 10 car.
Stay in, back it down, back it down, back it down. Stay high, you're all good.
Right along with Eric Almirola.
They're by themselves. Still outside, spin, very bottom, but stay high. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. You're all good, you're all good. Brake hard.
And you could hear in that, you could hear Eric Almirola lift off the throttle. You could hear him slowing down, and the guys behind him, they just couldn't get. You saw Joey Logano trying to slow down. Somebody got into the back of him, got him turned around. That's a typical Daytona wreck right there. Dave, you got some on the 22?
And now it's damage control right here, kind of 3 wide, almost 3 wide outside the 20, and you see he starts correcting it. He just loses rear grip. It gets really, really loose. He's locked it down. He's trying to spot the wall, trying to spot where he's going, and he does a great job. You see this tire start to roll again. He gets off the brakes, starts to drive the car. This onboard is going to have a great shot of it. You're going to see here and listen.
3 wide right here. Now just easy.
He does a great job. You hear him right before he spins. He starts to breathe. He knows he's in trouble. And then as he starts to lose it.
Ability of danger. Take a look at what happens. The 42 of Kyle Larson completely sideways.
He gets down to the apron. You see the sparks where the track bar mount hits the ground. He saves it, but he comes up the track, has no choice but to connect with the 19, who then starts to spin. Brad Keselowski gets a face full of sparks. The 17 does go around, and now the track is blocked. Now these guys are trying to find a hole through. And the 2 gets woed up, and the 3 kind of gets woed up, but then you see Carl Edwards goes back up the track, and here comes Brian Scott with a full head of steam, makes big contact with the back of the 19.
Yeah, Brian Scott looked like he was going to be able to get through this clean. He was accelerating to try to get by the cars, but then up came Carl Edwards from the bottom of the track.
There's nothing you can do in that situation. You know, he just was coming at such a high rate of speed. Really nothing Brian Scott could have done.
Let's ride along with Carl. This will be a wild ride, too.
You see Carl, he's watching one around a lap car right here. See, Larson just gets loose. Carl goes around, tries to shoot the middle, just didn't clear him.
We've seen this time and time again. The 20 tries to come down on the 5. I don't know if he actually makes contact with the 5 or just the air gets him loose. Man, and then it's just a mess, right? When you have trouble in front of that many cars, there's just nowhere to go. You see the 9 spinning, trying to avoid it. Once the smoke is that thick, there's just nowhere to go.
All these cars behind him right now, they're just trying to find somewhere to go, but there just never is. You just keep piling in. You're on the brakes. The guys behind you are running into you. You know, it's just a big. This is plate racing. This is what we talk about. This is what the drivers fear.
Right along with Tony Stewart.
Stop in here, back it down. Come down low, come down low, come down low, all the way down, all the way down. Come on down, come on down, come on down. Stay right there, stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there. Watch out now.
The vision of these drivers amaze me. It almost.
Oh, and around goes the 55. David Reagan trying to keep hold of it, sliding through the grass. Right now it's a 1-car incident. The caution has come out.
Fire it up, get it rolling.
On the outside of him now, boom, he didn't make a commitment.
Oh, and around goes the car behind him. That's the 6, or excuse me, the 9. A very close call there for Sam Hornish Jr. in the 9. The caution comes out.
We've seen
Murray
this.
got together.
Yeah, we have. We've seen this time and time again. You see the splitter makes huge contact with the grass. The car starts to bounce. Luckily, it lands on all 4 and just continues to spin. But we've seen this. The 9 goes to make a move, looks for that inside line, wasn't clear of the 1, drives across his nose, ends up spinning through the grass.
Tore the splitter completely off when it grabbed the grass initially. And then once again, hit hard and up into the air. A wild ride for Sam Hornish Jr.
He's still driving it. Look at those hands. Still driving it.
And listen, I know I make it sound simple that he drives across the 1, but Sam Hornish is trying to go forward. He's not changing lanes to get out of the way. He's changing lanes to try to get in the right lane, to try to make something happen. All the way back in 3rd.
To the bottom of the track. Junior will win at Daytona. And the big one happens behind them.
Oh my God.
Austin Dillon into the catch fence. To see Austin Dillon walking away from that 3 car that is demolished. Accident takes place behind him.
Yeah, the 11 gets kind of stuck in the middle there and comes across the 4's bumper. As he does, he spins back in, gets the 3 airborne, and he just gets projected off the other cars right up into the fence.
He went from the bottom of the racetrack over.
11 and the 4 to get together. Here we are at the start-finish line.
It just pushes the 3 up into the air enough that it rolls over the top of a car. And then that momentum just continues to move him into the catch fence. Let's ride along with Kevin Harvick.
Top's covered. Middle's open. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, We got a terrible wreck behind you. Just hold it straight, buddy. Hold it straight.
And you heard Kevin Harvick, as much as he wants to get to the start-finish line, as he sees the 11 start to spin, he's out of the gas. It's just line after line of car pushing everyone through.
Hang on. This will be a wild ride. That was Tony Stewart going.
98 get in the corner on the outside. 23 on the bottom just lost the back of the car of Yaley. Got into the 98. Both of them went up the racetrack. The 98 ran out of racetrack, gets into the wall. Big impact, a lot of damage.
Can that be a product of the new race package and how close these two?
Rotor glowing. He was on the brakes. He just couldn't get it slowed down. Went up and got up into the wall. Now listen, here's one thing too. These teams on the left front tire. Watch Dale Jr. get in the corner.
And that's what happens. The reason you saw one rotor glowing.
See 4 wide. Not sure Tony doesn't have some sort of a problem right here. 17 gets in the side of the 26. It's looking no more damage than it was. 14 got into the wall, locks it down. But the 14 was really slow getting into.
Debris on the racetrack and the flames rolling out from the right side of the 7 of Alex Bowman.
You know, we've seen this before at the short tracks. The 7 had an issue with the right front tire. It looked like he melted the bead, came down pit road, got a new tire on it, but didn't clear all the old rubber, I'm assuming, off. Well, no, I disagree. It's
not out. We're going to disagree. It is not out, and the driver's climbing out of the car. That's Alex Bowman jumping out of there.
I think he was telling him to get out.
Oh, and around goes the 15. Clint Boyer spinning through the short chute. Also caught up Jeff Gordon.
Up the racetrack because he lost. See how he wiggled? He wiggled, and then he chased it up the racetrack. No big damage to either one of those cars, though.
That shot always amazing. Here we are on board with Dale Earnhardt Jr. You're going to see way in the top of your screen is going to be the 15 car. He's underneath the 4. You're going to see him get loose. The 24's in front of you. He gets caught up in the accident as well.
Sideways went the 15.
Still out there.
And around goes the 43 of Eric Almirola. Caution will come out.
Don't step behind us, turn 2, safe.
Another one of our cars battling for that chase spot, that final chase spot, having trouble.
13 to go, trying to run down Kevin Harvick.
Fighting for spots, into the grass goes the 88, around he goes, he'll get, oh, so close to turn 1 wall, and the caution comes out. He does kiss the wall with the right rear. All the way down into the ground. The pack.
Still outside. 1.
Just looks like 3 cars trying to go down to turn 1 and not enough room, and the 6 gets turned around and up the track he goes.
So a lot of damage to the 6 of Trevor Bayne.
Yeah, he was driving angrily back to the pits because this is not the Brickyard for him.
Hopefully you can use your momentum.
Oh, we got one moving into the, we saw this on pit road early. Casey Kane hits the inside wall and knocks it down. Saw some guys' helmets that were sitting up there. So a problem with Casey Kane's car. Goes on to pit road and the caution's out. And as you mentioned, 2 days in a row now we have seen something similar to this. As I mentioned, some of the things that were
Dylan's car, they had to change it.
Big hit, guys, big hit. The 17 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. A lot of damage to the front end of that car. Also involved Sam Hornish Jr. in the 9. We saw him just go out of screen. But a lot of damage to the...
Avoid him. 17 doesn't get turned left, so I think there was some sort of a problem with the 9 car.
No, I think you're right on, Jeff. You know, as quick as David.
Greg Biffle on the inside of the 43.
The 43 just gets loose on the outside of the 16. He's already turning back to the left, trying to keep his car. You see the 27. He's committed to that lane. He gets on the brakes hard, but at that speed, there's just nothing Paul Menard can do. He gets into the right front of the 43. A little bit of damage, has some tire smoke. You see here the 16 gets underneath the 43. And the 43, Jeff, you've mentioned this before all weekend long. The 43 looked like he was in control.
Take a look.
See left front's down, getting into the corner. At that point, he's along for the ride. There's nothing he can do. So this caution is going to have a huge bearing on the strategy of this race. Cars being able to get on pit road under caution, that's what you want. Now you're going to be able to go back out. Everybody behind you is going to have to pit. You're going to come out in front of all of them.
Flying leak. He has now gone down a lap. He'll go down multiple laps as they find a new line to repair the 24 car. Second year in a row, they've got a fast car, Watkins Glen, but had issues with mechanical things.
This is the second time we've seen the hood fly off of the 11. Denny Hamlin. This time, though, penalty. He's back further in the field.
This is on the restart. You can see everybody gets bottled up. Some cars in the front didn't get moving as well as the others. They eventually get bottled up. And you can see the 11 hit the back of the 38. That probably sheared the hood pins, messed up the hood pin bar. Eventually the hood comes up.
Murray right up against the bumper of the 3. You have to be very careful.
And around goes the 51 of Justin Allgaier. He gets it pointed the correct direction.
Still coming.
A little while ago, Kyle Larson hard into turn 1, trying to check it. We need a clean start out of you. And as he gets a clean start, they bottle up behind him. The 1 of Jamie McMurray.
Caution.
Watch the 1 car. 22, the 1 hits, the 27 hits the 1, and they all just pile into each other.
The 48 does a great job.
Trouble. And behind him, they're sliding around. The 15 of Clint Boyer can't afford to have a bad finish. Kicks into the inside wall.
Get it rolling when you can.
Trying to find some room, trying to make it 3 wide. Thinks he's clear up to the right, starts to move up against the wall. Ryan Newman's there, catches him in the right rear quarter panel, turns him into the outside wall, and from there it's just a slide back to the inside.
He tried to let off the brakes, get it turned. He knew he was going to hit that inside wall. He tried to get it off. He's back in the gas right there, but couldn't keep it off the inside wall. And again, as you mentioned, just lost it all by himself, like we saw Tony Stewart do, very similar. They got in the grass, and the grass is what damaged the nose. So he lost it all by himself, and the penalty for being in the grass, it just destroyed the front end, much like we saw with Kyle Busch in practice. But you know, this team isn't in sync. They're not running well.
Left front tire down for the 42.
Remember, they only put on right side tires, so that left side tire has had to run 125 laps. Just as we were saying, 2 tires was working, this is going to get the attention of the other crew chiefs on pit road.
Kyle Larson
left and trying to run off the corner in that lower line.
Yeah, the last thing Clint Boyer wants to do is get into his teammate, but he's against the apron. If he goes any farther low at full speed, he's going to crash both cars. It's really just you said a chain reaction, really. Jimmy Johnson pushing the 2 of them down. I mean, that's Bristol. Jimmy's protecting his position against the 55. The 15's underneath the 55. There's just really not enough real estate on the racetrack.
Let's ride along with Clint Boyer.
Come on. Hit man. Outside. Yellows out, inside.
And the 2 of Brad Keselowski got into the 15.
Yeah, the 2 is to his left rear quarter panel. It just looked like Clint wasn't real free. It's going to be a problem.
And around goes the 25 of Chase Elliott, also with him the 35. As we just saw Cole Witt involved in a little bit of a scuffle. Chase Elliott also going around. And the caution comes out for the first time.
And that's some of the penalty that you strike, the 25.
The modern technology of the safer barriers, even though the track's 65 years old.
So he got in the outside wall, then he got into the 35 and chasing the 25 car. He just could not get slowed up. There's nothing he could do.
Now, Rick, we're talking about, throwback Darlington. One thing about this weekend that's been a throwback is this tire that Goodyear has brought has been soft, grippy tire, and this track has aged since the
running 3 wide. It's just something you've never heard of. But now that this bottom groove works so well, the 22 did nothing wrong. Joey Logano was in his position. He never changed lanes. I just don't think Jimmy Johnson realized he was there or even expected that he would be there. But as the world always happened.
So some damage also to the right side of the 10 for Danica Patrick.
Again, Danica held her line. Trevor Bayne, I think he turned left trying to avoid the 3 car.
And then after that contact, the left side tires go down on the Trevor Bayne car. Like you said, Jeff, trying to get to pit road and with a flat left rear tire. This track is slick. Take air out of one of the tires, it's impossible. And around weekend for Danica. This is a tough place, Rick. The lady in black doesn't care if you're running first or running 15th. And this is how easily it can happen. You see, she's just trying to get the power down, just trying to accelerate off the corner. One wiggle, but Darlington, you're already so close to the wall. There's no room to save it. A big correction. She has no choice but to turn the wheel to the right, Jeff. The car goes right up the track into the wall.
Once the tire's caught, lining up against the outside wall, and around goes the 17. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. out of turn number 4, gets into the inside wall. Caution coming out again. That will be the end of the night for Stenhouse Jr. Already sideways and way down the track was Kyle Busch.
I wonder if we talked about it all night long, how tight things are getting into turn 1. And
they were sideways.
Like that's what happened.
Yep.
It's got loose leaving the corner, looked like. Maybe trying to make a move on Jimmy Johnson. And again, a little bit like Danica leaving the corner right there, trying to lay the throttle down. Back end just came around on him.
The 55 comes down to the bottom of the racetrack. The 27, I know he has momentum, Jeff, but he has pedals in the race car. You know, he chooses to get into the back of the 55, maybe not meaning to spin him out, but at least push him, try to carry some momentum down the front stretch. It was too much. The 55 couldn't handle it.
Is this a big break for the 18 of Kyle Busch?
Well, he's definitely lost his track position, but he did stay on the lead lap. Now he's back on sequence with the leaders, but it doesn't look like all the leaders are going to pit.
And how about the fitted by just under 2 car lengths, and around goes the 41 of Kurt Busch trying to save it. The field slowing behind him. He slides and the caution comes out again. We tie the record.
Right here, bud. We'll come get 4 tires on you here.
So Kurt Busch is going to get 4 tires. Would it be an advantage for...
Caution on the track.
46 goes around. That's Michael Annette. He'll bring out the 3rd caution. Happened on the backstretch.
We hit pretty hard.
Burton and Michael McDowell. Michael McDowell gets into the 23, moves him up the racetrack. They come off somewhat 3 wide. And then Jeff Burton doesn't look like he carries it all the way out to the wall. Kind of runs maybe a half a groove off the wall. Maybe didn't know the 26 or the 46, excuse me, was back there.
Murray choosing that high line early, and around goes the 47, and Denny Hamlin also involved. A.J. Allmendinger, Denny Hamlin bringing out the 1st caution.
We talked about it at the top of the show. Start Kevin.
Oh, into the wall goes the 10, and 10 is hit as well as she was coming back down the track. Danica Patrick. Looked as though the 55 of David Reagan made contact with Danica. She was coming down the track. She gets the car refired. Looks like she's going to try to drive it back.
All that blue foam you see on the racetrack there was probably out of the door of the 55. Probably peeled his door open. Probably the right side, but looking at the 55, that's the energy of...
Danica on the outside of Newman.
And around she goes. Didn't look like there was contact there, but could have been earlier.
Yeah, I have to believe there was contact the way she turned around quickly. Here comes David Reagan, nowhere to go. He did nothing wrong. Yeah, with a 3.
Paul Menard has scored 2 laps down. A lot of chase guys who needed good runs today.
Fire here. Just pull up here to the stop. Pull up here and let it, going up to the opening. On up to the opening. On up to the opening. Pull it over. Pull it over.
Bring it to the firemen so they can get out. Put the fire out.
Safety crews are located at the opening, so they want to make sure that they can get to that car quickly. You see he had Hendrick ride along that sweepstakes on the hood this week, giving a fan an opportunity to come and experience.
Catch a break. They just can't. They ran really well early in the year, then things started unraveling, and since then it just hasn't stopped.
So Casey Kane will have to take the 5 into the garage. Extensive damage to the
right behind him. The 20.
That is Matt Kenza. Kenza, serious damage to the right front.
Sorry, come on. Come on.
That one is not going to be repairable on pit road.
Yeah, I'm going to the garage here, guys. Broke whatever broke there.
Kenza thought whatever part it was had broke earlier. Apparently it had
not necessarily broken. You see right here, he's already in the wall. He's already had the failure entering turn 3 and had a big impact. You see how much damage there was in the car. I'd say at this point, with 93 laps to go, with that much damage, I would be surprised if they...
Take a look. He was running 16th.
See, he gets loose right
Sideways,
there.
yeah.
And ends up overcorrecting and hits the wall really hard impact.
It's right along with Jeff Gordon.
It's so hard as a driver when you have to turn the wheel back right. If you don't, you're going to spin out. But when you turn the wheel back right and the front tires catch, this is what happens. So you just got to not turn the wheel back to the right as hard. It's very difficult to do. We see really good race car drivers do this, and every tire is different. You know, the left side tires and right side tires are different. When you turn that wheel back to the right, the left side tires sometimes dig. This is a different tire than we ran last week at Charlotte. So every tire behaves a little bit differently. When he got loose, he just got the wheel turned too far back to the right. Hard impact in the wall.
Continue to applaud you drivers. Amazing what you will.
The 4 not going. They wreck behind him. The green flag is out as they cross the start-finish line. Will they throw the caution? Trying to get back up to speed. Caution comes out. Now the question is, who was in front?
Stay in front of them. Stay in front of them.
The 4 of Kevin Harvick said he had a hard time accelerating. You see there, he doesn't go. The 6 goes to the outside, and the 4 catches him in the bumper, spinning the 6. But behind them, there's even more contact.
95. Michael McDowell involved. Numerous cars involved in this one.
So right here we see they're under green flag. NASCAR's looking at the track, trying to determine if these cars can drive off. It's very important to see who the leader is when the light comes on. Turn 3, looks like he's 3 wide, and the 98 gets forced down over the curb and really just comes up into the side of the 9 car. Nothing I think Sam Hornish could do.
Ryan Preece trying to shorten the short track. I don't know if I've seen anyone come on the inside of the curb before.
I've seen some people.
As they checked up in front of him, Carl Edwards running 16th. Got into the back of A.J. Allmendinger.
Yeah, it's hard to see what you see right here, the 18. He just gets loose and comes up the track chasing. He doesn't mean to get into the 3. He's sliding up the racetrack out of control, and the chain reaction got Colorado.
Didn't we hear him say something about water on the apron?
Water on the apron.
Does he think that water caused this issue? Where he got in the corner and there's water on the racetrack? Let's see if there is water.
Down.
It almost looked like he got into the curb the way the steering wheel moved.
Stay bottom lane. Get it rolling. Stay bottom lane. Bottom lane. Bottom.
Yeah, the 10.
Danica Patrick around in turn 4.
Yeah, the pace had picked up, though, hadn't it, Rick? The lap time was getting quicker.
They were running 20.5, 20.4 second laps consistently after they'd run 30 laps.
Still lined up. Not much of a gap anywhere.
Pace is picking up, and a tough situation for Danica Patrick as she comes down, and the 38 stops right in front of her.
Yeah, Danica.
And now they're not going to stop. It's not over.
Danica's upset at Gilliland from early in the race. Remember, the 2 got together, and Danica tried to pay her back, and pay him back, rather, and
probably go to the garage, I'd say.
she got the worst of it.
A lot of damage now to the 10.
Straddle 2. Now just heard. Still there.
Oh, around goes the 20.
Keep coming. Shut through.
Kids at the round, out in front of the field. The 41 has damage. Joey Logano clears him, but the 2, incredible damage on the 2 of Brad Keselowski as well.
Two got in the back of the 22. They come off the corner, and the 20 and the 2 make contact. It's on from there.
Yeah, and the 41, there really has nowhere to go. They spin and catch the 41. He makes heavy contact with the inside wall.
It's coming off turn 2. There's the initial contact.
Look at the 41. It's a big hit. But, you know, this all started on the restart. They just didn't do as good of a job this time of making all the transitions work, and it got everybody checked up.
Outside 24, outside tight, right there in front of you. Keep coming straight.
And Kenza cleared by Logano. Maybe no. Kenza takes him out. Logano into the wall. Caution comes out and the crowd roars.
What's going on down here?
I know we had talked about it after what we saw a couple weeks ago. I was the first.
They just make contact getting into turn 3. Heavy contact for both cars.
Hard into the outside wall for both drivers. See all the right side damage to the 17 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And they immediately took that car back into the garage. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. was running 16th, not on the lead lap.
Yeah, the 88's really trying to push the issue on these new tires. He tries to get to the outside of Ty Dillon. You see the 15 come up, actually, and get into Ty Dillon. That causes the 15 to go around. He catches the 88 in the left rear quarter panel. Really, the first replay, I thought it was the 88 that pushed the 33, but looking at it a second time, that's not what happened. It looked like Clint Boyer got into the 33, got himself spun around, and caused the accident behind him.
Multiple cars involved, and this is the 4th caution already. 46 laps have been completed, and that was violent.
So Dale Jr., there's the 15.
Inside the 15.
Ty Dillon.
Hey, say hi. Hold the brakes. Hold the brakes.